Think you know where your food comes from? Think again. 10 years ago, Europe discovered that, when it comes to the meat you eat, things aren't always as they seem. There's nothing wrong with questioning where your food comes from, and while you generally think food labels are transparent, that's not always the reality. Sometimes they can simply be misleading. Other times, they may be totally wrong. Back in 2013, a scandal erupted surrounding products from Findus, a Swedish food company utilized by Aldi in their European stores. As it turned out, these frozen foods, which were labeled as containing 100% beef, were found to contain somewhere between 30% and 100% horse meat. In light of the shocking tests carried out by the Food Standards Agency of Ireland, an array of grocery items from Sweden, the United Kingdom, and France were pulled from Aldi shelves across Europe. At the time, an Aldi spokesperson told CNN, "This is completely unacceptable, and like other affected companies, we feel angry and let down by our supplier. If the label says beef, our customers expect it to be beef."
If I'm going into a supermarket and I'm thinking that I'm buying beef when really I'm buying horse meat, it's not on really.
Although the food was produced by Findus, the company said that its French-based supplier was actually to blame. It also claimed to have no knowledge of the contamination prior to the FSAI's report. The European food industry faced a grave reckoning following this news, which not only exposed the complex nature of the global food supply chain, but also ignited debates about food safety, regulatory oversight, and the integrity of the industry as a whole. After horse meat was unknowingly sold in Aldi, food producer Findus immediately pointed fingers at Comagel, its supplier. In an interview with CNN, the company branded Comagel as a villain and announced its plans to take legal action. Findus strongly believed the supplier was aware of its product's horse content. However, an investigation by the Department of Agriculture found this was not the case. As it turned out, the mix-up occurred due to cost-cutting strategies followed by suppliers. Additionally, Comagel's CEO told the French media that they were victims as well. Findus and Comagel have since cut ties. So how did all this go down? Well, the European food industry has increasingly become reliant on various suppliers, processors, and distributors, many of which operated across international borders to capitalize on cost efficiencies. However, the complexity of these supply chains made them susceptible to fraudulent activities. As investigations over the horse meat scandal unfolded, it became evident that the adulteration of these so-called beef products was not a localized issue, but a widespread problem. The contamination was attributed to a complex network of intermediaries, processors, and suppliers that obscured the origin of the meat and enabled malpractice to go unnoticed. Public outcry over the scandal led to increased scrutiny over the way suppliers operated, as well as calls for regulatory reforms. The European Union responded by implementing stricter labeling requirements and introducing measures to enhance traceability and authenticity along the food supply chain. These changes aimed to rebuild consumer confidence and prevent similar incidents in the future. Beyond regulatory implications, the horse meat scandal underscored the importance of corporate responsibility and accountability. Supermarket chains such as Aldi faced significant backlash from consumers who felt deceived and betrayed by the products in question. In response, Aldi and other affected companies took steps to mitigate the damage, including product recalls, revising supplier relationships, and enhancing their testing protocols. The scandal also ignited debates on the broader issues of sustainability, ethics, and consumer awareness. Many consumers started questioning the origin of their food, demanding greater transparency about sourcing and production methods. This push for more ethical consumption practices led to increased interest in locally sourced and more easily traced products. In the end, the European food industry as a whole was forced to reassess its practices, focusing on transparency, traceability, and robust quality control measures to rebuild consumer trust and ensure the integrity of the products they sell. The wrongdoing in the horse meat scandal served as a wake-up call of sorts, reminding consumers that the journey from farm to plate is not always as straightforward as it seems, and that vigilance and accountability are crucial to safeguarding the food supply.